Period of protection for April 8th, 2021. Brought to you by ProtectYourChildren.org and Protect Your Children Incorporated. Some possible signs of sexual abuse and molesting. Number 1, early age premature sexual talk or sexual activity. Parents, this may be with the same sex or the opposite sex. Note, children that have been molested have been known to simulate sexual acts with other items such as stuffed animals or dolls as well. If your child knows language and names of sexual acts before you have taught them, then the question is, who is teaching them? Touching or rubbing themselves, others, or stuffed dolls or animals in a sexual manner. Some of these acts are a natural curiosity, but they can also be a warning sign. If your child shows extreme behavior changes, either outwardly, which is acting or raging out, or inwardly, the child becomes reclusive, depressed, or becomes a loner. If your child is looking uncomfortable around certain adults or with being physically close to adults. In fact, the child may put up a fight in order to not stay around a certain adult. Self-destructive behaviors such as slicing their skin, hitting themselves, banging head. Now note, I will tell you that this is most common with physically forced or threatened abuse. If your child has an obsession with fire and pyrotechnics, this has been seen commonly in kids that are abused, though the reason is not immediately known. If their language is openly sexual in nature, the child is making sexual comments or gestures, talking extensively about their private parts, this can be repeating what they hear and see, or it can be a warning sign. If a child is real comfortable with exposing themselves in front of others. Now note, in many cases, the child that is not being physically forced or threatened into sexual situations will exhibit consensual exposing of themselves with certain friends or around certain adults without caution. Number 9 is the child is making an effort and shows a consistent tendency to stay away from one particular person or sex. Parents, watch how your children interact with their friends, especially on sleepovers. Mostly in cases where force is not being used, the child may think what is happening to them is normal and okay, and desire to do the same things with their friends. They would do this to, quote, feel the sexual feeling and make their friends feel the same thing, unquote. Remember that kids, unless they are warned and taught early, usually don't know any better. They have been fooled into premature sexual feelings, and their natural emotions and their hormones have taken over their young minds. And parents, always talk with your children and ask what things they did when they were with their friends. Ask what things they talk about. Ask what other adults were around them. Listen for anything that violates your guidelines, your rules, and also the guidelines that are contained in the packet which you can download from our website, ProtectYourChildren.org. We thank you for taking time to listen to this. Until next time, stay vigilant and keep protecting.